Hi, everybody, and welcome to Simply Cards by Kathi. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025, and I hope you're ready to see how to stop sending those boring gift cards. If you're with me live, thank you for joining me. I'm excited you're here, and if you catch me on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend a few minutes with me while we do some crafting. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm happy you found me. I hope you'll like what you see. But today I am really excited to share this with you. One of the things that I've looked for on my new journey of crafting is sets that can build on one another. Sets that I can use year round, whether it doesn't matter if it's summer or Christmas or whatever. So this is one of those sets. So hi, Linda, thank you for joining me. So I'm going to flip this down. I'm going to show you what we're going to make. I have a lot of the prep work done, so I'll be showing you what I'm using with the die cuts. A lot of die cutting, a little bit of stamping. So let's flip this down. So this is what we're going to make. It is a combination card and gift card. A couple ways you can do it. You can even do just the gift card portion. You pull this out and there's a couple different things you can do with this, and I'll show you that as we go along. So this is what we're using. It is by Spellbinders. Um, so we're going to start off. I am using, this is called the Essential Envelopes, and it is the primary cutting die for the pocket. There are add-ons along with it, and I will show you what I use from those add-ons as we go along. So we're going to start off with a card base, and I am using Christmas Pine by Gina K. And it is 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½. So this is a top open from the top card. And I'm just gonna go ahead and burnish this, and we're gonna set this off to the side because we're not gonna need it for a little bit. So the main die for this pocket is this large one. And this is all you need to make that pocket as far as the pocket goes. Let's put it that way. Now, the one thing I do like about Spellbinders, because I don't know about you, but I'm always die counting, is that they actually have the outline on plastic. And I can just put my dies back where they go, and I don't have to worry about them. Now, the nice thing about this set is you can see you have some flowers, you have some leaves for fall, you have a butterfly. I think this is for you, not only the silhouette, but the script for the dies. So very versatile. So if you can see this, it is scored right in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that on the score line, and we're going to burnish it. This is super easy to do. The other thing is you have a score line right along here. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that, and we're going to burnish on that one. You do want to burnish your score lines because that'll give you a nice crisp edge, and this will lay nice and flat on your card. And then the bottom folds up, and we're going to burnish that. Okay, so this is going to go together like this, and this is going to fold up. And there's your pocket. Now you can use glue. I'm going to use double-sided tape, and I'm just going to run this right along the edge here. And I know that this can be torn, but I like to cut. So I'm going to cut that there and just give it a good press. And then I'm also going to put a piece down along here. So this is going to close like this, and then I'm going to put the piece on the inside here because that's going to fold up in the back. So quick and easy to do. Let's cut that. And before I peel that release tape off, I just want to make sure that that's on there pretty good. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pull that tape off. And this is the first one I'm going to pull off. And let's go ahead and we're just going to make sure our edges are even on top. Okay, and give that a good press. And then I'm going to peel the back off here on the bottom. And this is going to press upward. And then I like to use my bone folder and then just give them both another good press. And here's our pocket. Now to decorate our pocket, to put something on the front, I have cut another piece of white. Now, after you make your pocket, there is an add-on set that's called the Essential Envelope Everyday Add-Ons. And you'll find the links to these right down below in the video description. So this is the one that I cut from white and I embossed it. Now you could use patterned paper and do that, but I embossed this using a newer embossing folder from Spellbinders, which I really like. It's called Patchwork. And hopefully you can see that. You get these really pretty patchwork designs, which would be great for even ink blending over. But we're just going to go ahead and add this right onto here. Now I'm going to use my glue and we're going to adhere that to the front, maybe. All right. Let's grab another glue. So no, we're going to adhere this to, look at that. My goodness. All right. We're going to add some glue to this now. Well, maybe we're not. Okay. Let me take a pin here and open that up. All right. Now that should work. And we're going to add some glue right around the edge of this. Now, if you wanted a double pocket for this, you could add glue around both sides and the bottom and leave that open. But I'm going to show you another way that you can do it, so you have options here. And this fits right on the front of your pocket. And just going to pull this up a little bit and press it down. So if you weren't to glue it on the top, like I just did, you'd have a pocket here and a pocket for a card here. And I'll show you that in just a second. I want to decorate my pocket. So I'm using the Christmas add-on dies. And for that, I use this large die right here to cut out some greenery I thought would look pretty around here. I also cut out, using the dies from this, I cut out 3 holly leaves. And we're going to stamp on those a little bit. And I also cut out about 5 or 6 berries. I can't remember which, but we're going to bring those up here too. And we're going to decorate the front of our pocket. So I'm just going to grab these berries here because they're pretty tiny. And we're going to bring those up here to finish up our card, or at least the pocket of it. Okay, so let's add a little bit of glue to this. And I am going to bring in a fine tip glue bottle and just add a little bit of glue right around the edge here. My glues today are drying up and I'm not, not sure why. They've been used all day long. But let's make sure they're open and add just a little bit of glue. So I hope you had a good weekend. And let me know what you did in the comments. We're going to add just a little bit of glue to all these. Now, another easy way to do this would to be using the double-sided tape that you can put on your cardstock and then just pull it off. I actually didn't do that. I don't mind using the glue for this because it allows me some wiggle room if I want to reposition it, where I tend to, at least for me, I tend to tear things with the double-sided tape if I have to reposition it. So I'm just going to add this right along the edge here and press it down. And then we're going to add some of our holly. I'm going to give that just a second to dry. I'm going to put an acrylic block on it. And in the Christmas add-on set, there is also stamps that come with it that say Merry Christmas, love you for December 25th, and then a detail for the holly leaves. So we're going to use that this evening, and we're going to add some lines to our leaves. So I'm just inking this up. I'm using Christmas Pine. I'm using Gina K ink because it matches my cardstock. And we're just going to add some detail to these holly leaves. Linda, you started your Christmas cards. Good for you. I'm still working on mine. So I hope you're enjoying doing them. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to add our holly leaves. Now, we can pop these up or you can glue them down. I am going to pop them up with a little bit of foam tape here that I brought over. And we're going to add, I'm just going to add some foam squares to this. So I'm just going to add 2. These are pretty small. And I'm going to put one, let's put one here. I'm going to go over those other leaves. And we're going to add a second one right next to it. All right, and then I'm going to add just one on the other side. I'm going to stay with my 3. And let's add one over here. So as we go along, you can see this little gift card holder, or if you choose to use it for a message, is really kind of easy and fun to make. So I'm going to put this one right in here. Now I have these holly berries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a dab of glue. That's quite a big dab. And we're just going to add those to here. So let's pick this up and I'm going to put one here and turn it around. And we're going to add one here. And then I'm going to add one on the other side. Now you can even add these berries if you want to your sprigs here. And there is in this die set one that cuts a group of 3 if you prefer to do that, but I'm going to leave that with this. So here is our pocket. Now for the front of my card, I just chose to use a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white, and I embossed this with the patchwork embossing folder also. I thought they'd look pretty if they matched. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this to our Christmas pine card base, and then we're going to attach our pocket. So try to get an even edge, and that looks pretty good. Scoot that over just a bit. Has anybody put up their Christmas tree? Or do you wait until after Thanksgiving? Normally I put mine up right the day after Thanksgiving. This year I had my grandchildren over the weekend and they wanted to put the tree up, so we did put it up. So here's our front, and now our pocket is going to get glued to the front of our card. Now you can do that with liquid glue, or you can do it with some tape. I am going to use liquid glue because I'm pretty confident this is going to hold well. And I'm just going to go all the way around the edge and up the middle. And I'm going to put it right about here. And then just to hold it down while we do our next step, I'm going to go ahead and put another acrylic block on here to hold it down. And we're going to move on to our next portion. Now, for this, remember I showed you I had cut the white for the front. I cut one out of patterned paper. So you have a couple options here. Along with this die set that cuts that front scoop for the front, you also have this little inside of the pocket with a tab. You could just use the pocket, and I'm going to put that back on this. You could use just the pocket as a gift card holder and put it in an envelope, and or use it as a card and put a greeting on it. There are greetings that come with this set that have not only greetings, but all the dies to cut them out. I didn't do that. I'm going to show you how to make an additional pocket for this. So this comes with a little pull tab. Whoops. You can see this one stamp says pull, and I did die cut that out, and we'll put that up on here. Every one of these greetings, whether they're for the outside or the in, however you choose to use them, has a coordinating die to cut it out. It's called the tabbed in and out dies. Because I put mine on a full A2 size card, I'm choosing to make a pocket to go in my pocket. So what I did is cut a second one of these outlines from patterned paper. And we're going to make our own pocket. Now for this, I'm going to put this in the corner, and I have glue all over my hands. And I'm just going to go down 1/4 inch on each side for a score line. I'm going to flip it around because that's what's easiest for me, and do another quarter inch. And hopefully you can see the score lines on that. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over and just press down my folds. And I'm going to adhere this to my pull-out tab. Now I'm going to do that with the two-sided tape, simply because I'm messy with glue and I worry about it kind of squishing out a little bit and getting on the inside of this folded pocket. So I'm going to use this. And we're just going to cut that, turn it over. And I'm just following the tape or the outline of my little pocket. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And just going right up on the edge. And flip this around and trim that off. All right, so really easy. Again, I'm going to burnish this because I want to make sure my tape is well adhered. And then we're ready to peel off the release paper and adhere this to our little inside tabbed area. Let me see if I can get it from this side. There we go. All right, so I'm going to adhere this right down at the bottom. And that gives you plenty of room for a gift card. Now I'm using my library card, but it's the size of a gift card and it fits right in there. Now say you just didn't want to do a gift card. You could just use this as a card and put your greeting on here. But I tend to give lots of gift cards to grandchildren over the holidays, especially the older ones, because they would prefer money over a gift. And so they come in handy. Now I did punch, stamp, and die cut the word pull out. You could pop that up or just glue it down. I'm going to glue mine down. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then pick this up and put that down. Okay. And our little pull tab is ready to slide right into our pocket here. All right. Now I need to put a greeting on here, and I stamped again from that Christmas add-on. I used the big Merry Christmas. It does have a matching die cut, and I cut that out. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this one up also and put it right there on the front of our pocket. And then we're going to finish up the inside. So you can see this was really pretty easy to make and pretty versatile. With those add-ons, you have lots of options to use all year long. which is one of the things I love about getting recurring sets or sets that keep kind of build on one another. So there's our front pocket. And then for the inside, I simply took a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of white, and I used a matching piece of patterned paper, and that's a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And I'm just going to put it across the bottom of my white layer. And then we'll adhere that to the inside of our A2 card. So I don't stamp my greetings until I'm about ready to send them and know who I'm sending them to. Just because if it's family or a friend, I have an appropriate greeting. So let's add this to our card. And then I will bring you back to me. Thank you, Ramona. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So you put this in, and you can stamp a greeting or write a handmade note, whatever you like to do. And your little gift card is mine. I guess I took it out. It's popped in here. So I had it here, but I think I took it out after I showed it to you. But you then have a greeting card and also a gift card. So let me bring you back to me. So no reason for boring gift cards. You can always dress them up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. It helps me grow my channel. All of the links down below for supplies are affiliate links, which means that if you were to click on it and purchase something, I may get a small commission from that. It is at no cost to you, so that's important for you to know. And I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably be back with you later this week for some more crafting fun. And I hope you have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you soon.